Hey y'all, it's Craig with the Bickhams. How's everybody doing today? In today's episode, y'all, we're going to be making a super cute patriotic boot wreath, a rustic patriotic boot wreath. Going to be super pretty here lately. For some reason I've kind of felt a little bit of patriotic, so I just felt like I wanted to do this today, so that's what we're doing. So let's get to it, y'all. We'll get to it so we can get this thing made. So I hope y'all enjoy the video. If you do, give me a thumbs up. If you get some value out of it, I appreciate it. So let's get this wreath made right here. Patriotic boot. Alright, so we've got our boot sign. I kind of was just laying it on our 15-inch. This is our 15-inch work form with the 18 ties on it. Let me cut this old tag off here. We don't want that on there. Get that out of here. And I will oval it, but I just kind of laid it up. I've already poked one hole. It does have a hanger on the back, so I'm going to use that as one. So we're just going to kind of lay it. I didn't want it perfectly straight. I want it kind of angled a little bit. I'll be able to catch this one on the top, and I'm going to do one more hole on this side, about right here, so we can make sure we get it tied on pretty good. Remember, that's right in a little bend. You just have to, you know, put your little jewelry punch on there and just kind of twist it and just steady put some pressure until it pops its way through. Makes a little bitty small fine 1.8 millimeter hole, I think is what that one is. And then we'll get the chenille stems. I'm probably going to use let's use a khaki. Let's do that. Let's get I think we're going to be able to do it with 3. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on the sign real quick while we started. So like I said, I'm going to catch this hanger on the back, and we'll have one there. I'm just going to kind of, it doesn't really matter where it's at, just kind of get it on there, get it twisted. Twist him up good. That's going to tie just fine on that. Run them other ones through the bottom. Ooh, I'm about to have to put my glasses on, y'all. I had to put my spectacles on. And that way, you know, I like to use as many of the ties as I can, because I don't want those signs moving around, especially, you know, in shipping or anything like that. I don't like them to be all floppy. Alright, so now we're ready with the sign. We're ready with the little cowboy boot. So the cowboy boot's going to be sitting over here. This is the mesh. Let me go ahead and show y'all everything that we used. Alright, so this is what we're using, y'all. We're using a 21-inch burlap color for the poofs. We're going to be doing the poof method. Then we're going to do some truffles. We're going to make some, this is 18-inch. I've already cut these. 18 inches a piece. This is going to be the truffles. Then we've got, so there's our truffle roll. And we got these two colors. It's going to be the curls. It's going to be super pretty, y'all. Super pretty. Super patriotic. So I think it's going to turn out really nice. Real nice. So alright, so let's get this party started, y'all. So let's get our 21-inch mesh. Y'all know we just scrunch up all the way across. Scrunch all the way across. Leave you about, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches, and make sure that mesh poofs up in the middle. And then we're going to just pick a place to start. It doesn't matter. I always start on the outside. So just find you a place, open up one of your ties. There's 18 ties on here. Push it down in there, because we're going to be cutting that old ratty mess off the end there. We're going to go ahead and tie wrap it. I know I got 2 of these tie wraps out somewhere. Just a little small tie wrap. Remember, don't pull on these too hard, because you will break them. Or at least I do sometimes. And we're going to tie wrap it to that bottom outside ring. Just kind of roll it to the inside. Make sure it kind of stays there. And just cinch him down. You can roll it around to the inner part, and then you can flip it over, and just kind of, that way the tie wrap kind of is kind of in there, at least in the inside, not maybe on the back. And let me get my cutters. Get my wire cutters out. Let's cut that old thing off there. Get the scissors, and we're just going to trim this thing up a little bit. Get some of that off of there. Give them garbage. Throw that right there. Now we're back to getting started again. So I'm going to open up all the ties on the outside. Bring them around. I know I'm going to have to move some of this mesh out of the way because I'm fixing to start hanging up on everything. So, being that we're putting truffles on top, I'm going to try to do like I did the last couple times, and I'm going to stay about 10 inches. So y'all know when I pull these poofs, just kind of get it together and just grab it and start and get it kind of shaped like you want before you start sticking it in there. Make sure everything's under. I like to kind of pull it tight, make sure everything's laying like I want it, you know, and then I measure. We'll go from the 15, since it's kind of in the middle here, to the 25. And just make sure that it's, like I said, make sure it's shaped like you like it. And that'll be pretty good for the first one. 10 inches on these. Now I'm going to go ahead and wrap just this in that middle ring, where we go underneath that middle ring. We only do the outside, and you roll it in, and you just do one little tie. That's going to kind of bring everything up. I did this the last time. Sometimes we wait till the end, but you don't have to. I did it the other day while I was making the wreath, and then it's already done. So it worked pretty good. And if you don't like, remember, just fold everything under. Make sure your poofs are like you like them. Make sure they look pretty. Get it all the way down in there. Pull it tight. Go underneath. Come back out. And then bring it to where it rolls up. And then one twist. Because you don't want to run out of that length of tie. And just pull them on whatever side you need to make them. I kind of like them elongated, just a little bit like that. There we go. Make the 10. That one folded under. Ten's plenty. Whenever you're adding the poofs, the ruffles or cruffles on top, the 10 inch is plenty big enough for me, unless you just want to go over the top, puffy, you know, or poofy. Now let's make sure to go under on this one. Yeah. Go under and back around. Roll it in there close so you can keep as much of your tie as you can. Alright. So I'm going to get the rest of these done on the outside, and we'll come back once I get to the inside, and I'll show you how we start when we roll over up to the top. So let me finish these on the bottom, and we will be right back. Alright, so we got the outer poofs already on. We're just going to continue. I finished at where I began. This is where we started. You just catch in that last tie. Now we're going to angle up onto the top. Same 10 inches though. So just kind of catch your 10 inches and just bring it right over and onto the top. Now these we don't have to tie anywhere. We just tie them in place. Twist them one time. Gonna pull it together. I'm kind of looking right here on my 15, y'all, just trying to get, and when I say 10 inches, y'all, it doesn't have to be, we're not building a watch, we're building a wreath. It don't have to be perfect, you know, but the wreaths, we do want the wreaths to be pretty, and we want them to be poofy, so we want the curls. I kind of like my curls tight, you know, I like them where they stay kind of close together. That's just my preference. My wife does things a little bit different every time she does something, you know. Hers always gonna come out a little more poofier than mine is. But y'all kind of get the drift. You just, after you get up here to the top, it's the same thing. Same old 10 inches that we did all around the bottom. And just make sure that everything lays kind of like you like it until you get all around the top. It should be 10 around the outer ring and 8 on the inner ring to give you your total of 18. So let me finish these poofs up and we'll be right back when we finish. Alright, so we got everything on top. Now we're at our very last one on top where we started. So that's where we're going to end. So we're going to get our last 10-inch loop. And we're going to go right in here on that last one. You can open it if you need to, but these top ones are plenty long enough. You'll have plenty of room to put your curls and everything in it. Just twist it once. Alright, same thing. Just leave about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches, 3 or 4 inches, whatever you want to do. And cut it off. And now we're going to make sure that that kind of goes down in there. We're going to flip him over and we're going to zip tie him with my little friend over here. So we're going to zip tie this in and then we're going to cut the rest of that off. So you can, wherever, in the middle, on the bottom, whatever works best. I kind of try to stay close to it. Alright. So let's just pull it tight, cut it off. Don't get too wild with them because you'll break them. So just get it snug and then I'm going to cut the excess. And you don't have to cut the excess. That's just my OCD. I just think it looks better. So now we got, let's make sure we got, look, I missed another one. So go back through, make sure you've tied, you know, went through that inner, I missed this one. So I missed 2. So let me go, because see how you can tell the ones you miss. They're floppy. The ones that you don't tie in that middle rung, that's why the wreath gets so much tighter when you do that. And it doesn't take just one round and that's it. No more flop. And that's our beginning base. So now we're through with the 21-inch mesh. So now we're going in with the truffles. So this is what we picked for the truffles. This is just a red with the burlap like pieces of stripe, if you want to call it, yarn, the burlap color. It's a very, very rustic looking, which is what I was going for. I'm running out of room, y'all, so I'm gonna have to, let's hang him right there. Let's just hang that there. Now what I do is I use these. This is my little peanut holder that I use, y'all. We wash them out because I eat so many mixed nuts. Just use a clothespin of some sort. That's what I use. And I just roll the end about 3 times or whatever. Hold it with the clothespin. Same thing on the other. Roll the end. And then just crumple it up all the way across to the middle. I think I showed y'all before. I stick mine in just like this. Melissa turns hers over so it, I guess it supposedly hides the maybe any of the fraying. I don't really have that much trouble with my fraying, so, and if I do, take my scissors and I cut it. So then I'm going to start on the outside again. So just take your pick, find you one, open it up, and go as far down in that tie as you can. Because you're going to be adding 2 more curls to each one. And that's kind of what it looks like. It just kind of looks like you kind of got 4 little curls. I'll do one more for y'all. One more. And then we'll finish all of that up real quick. So just get you a few little turns. Just kind of be careful and keep it fairly neat. Ruffle them up all the way across. Move to the next one. Now once we start adding stuff in, we're gonna have to eventually we're gonna have to kind of untie a little bit. And that's kind of what it looks like. Now it's steady gonna be building. You're just constantly layering right on top with something else. till this thing's going to get full. After I get the truffles on, we'll go ahead and we'll smush it. We'll do the oval. So let me get all the truffles on, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so we got all of the mesh on, we got all the truffles on, and now what we want to do, that's all the top and all the bottom. So now we're going to oval it instead of leaving it round. Y'all know I kind of like to pick kind of which way that I might want everything to go. So what I think I'm going to do, just kind of take a look at it, kind of move it around a little bit and see which way. It just to me looks like that looks better as the top. So what I do is I'm just going to put him flat right there on the table, and we're going to start mashing it down a little bit. I can do it. Let me put my glasses on. I can do it on my chest and I can see it. And just bring it in, and then I turn it and I do it a little bit the other way, and it makes it shape just about like an egg is what it does. And now you got your top and your bottom, whichever way is which, and it really makes for a really elongated wreath that looks really good on those doors. Especially the doors that have like the oval windows and stuff in them. They look really good. So now we're gonna, let's look at our ribbons. This is what we picked. Or no, not yet. You know what? We gotta look at our curls. This is what we're gonna put for curls. Two different colors. We got a really pretty royal. It's a royal blue. Got a little bit of a navy. And we've got the burlap with the red, white, and blue foil stripes on it. These are 10 inches a piece. Now, I've already got everything made except these two, so I can show y'all. So this is how I made them all. And we've got 18 of each one, because they're going to go on top of each other. So we just take and roll them up. Like I said, they're cut at 10 inches. I can get it to roll right. Ugh. I kind of like to roll them, roll them pretty tight. And then I put the clip on it. Hold that one. And roll the other one. All the way up. And then I take the clip off, hold them between my fingers, and I cross them and I make like an X. That way they're about the same length. And then just put and there's your curls. And I've got a whole box right there. So we're going to be able to just pick them up and start tying them in. And that's just going to bring a whole nother color, level of colors in the wreath. So like I said, this is going to be a rustic patriotic with that cowboy boot. So it's going to be super pretty, y'all. Super pretty. So just hold them between your fingers. That one there didn't want to curl all the way up, but he's going to be good enough. And now we got all 18 made up in the box, ready to go on. So just pick your place. Doesn't matter. Kind of doesn't really matter which way you want to put them in. Depends on which way I got them made. So we're going to do the same thing. Start on the outside. You may have to start untying. If they're long enough, you can leave it tied. And just go down in there on those ties. And get you as much as you can. Because you still got to put your ribbon in. And just kind of stand them up. Move them around. Just like so. I'll get this box over here. I got multiple of them made, all of them. So, and that was with the blue on the top. You can rotate it if you want. Remember, this is your wreath. This is yours that you're making. So make it look like you want it to. Now, if somebody asked you to do it a different way, then just do it for them. But this is yours. But the ties do start getting short, y'all. So don't be twisting them too much. Make sure you leave it to where they you can still get your ribbon in. Because we got to cut all that ribbon. and get it all in there. I'm trying not to miss any. And just make them stand up. And that's basically it. And you can see how pretty these colors are going to be when they're starting to come out like this. And just, if you have to untie it, shove it down in there with your fingers. Don't let nothing jump out. One twist. That's all it takes. Just one little turn. Alright, so let me get the rest of the curls in, and I'll be right back. Alright, there is our base. This is how far we are now. So we got all those pretty colors going on. All those, the red, white, blues, the natural color, the burlap colors. It's going to be super, super pretty, y'all. So now, let's get this thing out the way. Over there. This is the ribbon that we're going with. So we're going to go with 2.5 inch. This is the denim with the lace down the middle for the ladies. This is what we're going for the cowgirl. We got some rustic American flag. It really looks like that that, you know, worn American flag, the old flag colors. And then we got a really pretty blue that we're going to lay on top of each one of those. So we got to have one for each one. So we're going to do 9 of these, 18 of these. I'm going to cut them 13 inches for, and if y'all, let me get all these clips up. Let's put all these, finish with all these clips. We don't need that. So let's get rid of that. No more clips. One more. I'm going to use the ribbon tail board. We're going to cut them at 13 inches a piece. So we're going to do 9 of each. Real quick. Real quick like. Just bend it over the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And let me find my scissors. I don't know what I did with my scissors, y'all. They're hiding over there. I just cut that off. Pull the board out. Make sure that you got all of them open. And that little piece that was over the top will it'll just cut out. It'll fall out. It'll just fall out of there. Throw that away. Throw that away. Alright, so we got all of those. Let's get this one. This is a really, really pretty denim. And I just felt like that, you know, you're bringing, it's so rustic, but you're bringing in that old looking, lacy looking denim with that boot. It just looked like it was going to go good, you know. There's 1, there's 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got 9 of these. Get that there. Oh, y'all doing recipes. I see that now. Just get everything. Now, whenever we cut our dovetails, we just like to, instead of cutting them all of these together and all of those together, I like to lay the ribbons that I'm actually going to lay on top of each other before we cut them. That ain't never going to stand up. Now because I need 18 of these. 2, 3. Lord bless my soul. And untwist some more. Yo, I'm about to throw this in this box down here. 14. 15. 16. 17. And 18. These 50-yard rolls won't stand up. They won't stand up like them little bitty ones. Get down in there. Crazy thing. Alright, so this is how we do it. We just take one of each one, since we're going to be you know, putting them together like this on the wreath. Now you're going to have them like this one's a little longer than that one. Just kind of put them close to the same. Doesn't have to be exact. Just get them kind of close to the same. That way you don't have one ribbon that's just, you know, a lot longer than the other one. And then we just fold them in half. Set them off to the side because we got a lot to do. So I'm gonna do one more of this one, and then we'll be back after I get everything cut. I actually like cutting. I like using like 2.5 inch ribbons, but I didn't have the colors that I actually wanted. And there's my son, and he's jamming out. He's been gone all week, so he's back working. So, all right, so let me get everything cut, get them all cut, dovetailed, and ready to go, and then we'll start putting them on in just a few minutes. All right, y'all, so we got all the tails cut, everything's together. So all we do is we take them and we unfold them. We're going to do the 2.5 inch and the 1.5 inch blue on top of each one, and we're going to alternate back and forth. So let me push this back over here. All I do is I accordion across the middle, and it kind of makes like a little bow tie, and just take your pick. Just pick you somewhere to start. Remember, them ties are pretty short on this outside, so just kind of get in there. I don't even twist it, y'all. I just fold one over one way, one over the other way, and then just wrap it around underneath the back side. Now you can, I like to open them and make them kind of look like an X, so one goes this way, one goes this way. Just kind of remember it's all wired ribbon, so just kind of pull it. Pull it.
I saw some old man get arrested at Wendy's.
Well, that's not good.
I don't know what he did. He just gave him a regular cop car.
That's not good. Not good at all. Alright, let's see here. And we're just going to alternate. So we're going to alternate colors. Make sure we don't skip any though. We'll really be messed up. And just kind of pull them apart. Make sure that they lay good though. Make sure that they make that nice pretty X. And I'm going to show y'all in just a minute. You can kind of see. You can kind of see on camera how it's got that X that goes this way. You got the flag one going this way and the blue going this way. You got the lace going one way and the blue going the other way. And put them in every tie, 18 different ties, and you just alternate colors back and forth, and when we get finished we'll have a beautiful, beautiful base. Now I will put the boot on before I put those inner ones. Now I might go ahead and put them on and we'll just cover up. So let me get all the ribbon on, and then we'll be right back. Alright, we've got all the ribbon tails on the bottom, and we've got one on the top. Now I'm going to go ahead, before I get too many on, And we're going to go ahead and get this boot tied on, because it's going to cover up some of my ties. So I got to make sure that we get it in the middle. I'm kind of trying to see if I got, there we go. And I kind of wanted it a little bit sideways. You know, not too bad, but just a little bit in the middle there. And I think that'll be good. Just like so. And I'm going to use my little handy dandy yarn needle. Put that chenille stem through it. And then try to just go down close to wherever you've got the hole in your sign or whatever you're doing. And try to get it between that inner ring on that wreath form. That first one and that second bar. And then I like to just kind of, just a little snug on it. Make sure it stays a little snug. Don't smash him down too much, but make sure it stays snug, because we don't want it to wiggle around any. It is a little aggravating getting them tied, so you just have to reach under there. I pinch it with my thumb and then just pull it with the, when you get your slack, and then just let it just keep going around. Do it 3, 4, 5 times. You know, don't do any tying or anything. Just kind of wrap it so it'll hold for a little bit. You can go back and tie it on. That's what I usually do. You know, after I get it wrapped on, I get everything tied, and at the end I'll go back and I'll actually tie it. And as you can see how it kind of covers up some of those ribbon tails. So we're going to move that out the way. I'll move that out the way for now. And I think I'm going to do that top one. That way I can get it turned kind of like I want it. Make sure we're right in the middle. In the top. And just go right down through all that mess. These are really thick wreaths, so you just kind of feel with your hand and just keep pushing until you come through, and then you just pull it right through. Alright, so I got that one now. And this one fell right beside, right beside a tie. So you just gotta be patient, and you know, just kind of force it through with your fingers. If you can't grab it, if you got a pair of little pair of pliers, little needle nose pliers work really good. If you need to be able to grab it, you know, and just pull it through. Alright, so we got 2. I'm going to get this last one. And you just want it just tight enough that boot's not going to move. And this one fell right by another tie and a bar, so I'm going to go to the side a little bit. Alright. So now, we go back to tying on the ribbon tails. And see, these ribbon tails are not going to sit exactly like you wanted them, like the other ones did. So they're going to kind of make a V, is what they're going to do. Kind of side by side. They're not going to be able to make the X with it. Alright, so we're going to keep going. And once we get the rest of these tails on top, then that'll be it. And we'll have our rustic cowboy boot patriotic wreath. And she's going to be a big one, y'all. I mean a big fluffy one. This wreath's going to be a really good size. I might can do these. I might can do that way. Let's see how we can make them work. The ones that I can actually make into an X, I'm going to try to. And if I can't, we'll make it into the V. I do like everything to kind of lay good, so I'm kind of picky at how it does. Run it through your fingers, sort of stand up, and then work your way around. If you like the rustic look, you know, and the denim colors, if that's something that that you like, this is going to be a pretty wreath that you would definitely enjoy. You would like to show off to your friends and family, because it's going to be a really pretty wreath, y'all. And I don't think I've ever seen one like it. Not that I know of. I'm trying to think. Now the ties are, you're going to have some that's going to get underneath here, so you're going to have to get in there to them. And then just wrap around. And then whatever, just let those just kind of, whatever way they'll come out so you can see them, because they're so far underneath that sign, you know. You don't have to worry about doing the X or, you know, whatever. Just make sure you can get it out from under that sign so you can see it. And I'll go back and like when you get it hung up, hang it on the wall, take a look at it. You can see what you might, you know, need to move around. You know, if something needs to be kind of tweaked a little bit. I got a little straggler. I need my scissors. A little straggler right there that we need to cut off. I'm really liking this one, y'all. I like the you know, the natural looks, the earth tones, you know, the natural colors. That's kind of my thing. I kind of like that. You know, I like the woods. I like nature, and this is kind of my style. That rustic woodland look, and I love blue. Blue is my favorite color. So what better way for me to get to use that blue instead, like in doing some patriotic stuff. And we are almost done. Almost finished, y'all. And I'm just twisting them, making sure that they fall, you know, just like I want them. And cover up the boot a little bit with that one. Last one, and it is underneath the toe of this boot. So let me see if we can even get to it. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, we're gonna be able to get it right here, and I mean barely. So it's gonna kind of peek out, and I'm not gonna twist them. I'm just gonna fold one over one way and one the other, and then we're gonna kind of let them kind of fall out together. because those are the only two that we actually had to get kind of laying different. And that's it. So I hope if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Give us a like. What better than a rustic cowboy boot? One of these is, which one is it? This one. Kind of all bent up. But yeah, please subscribe to our With the Bickhams YouTube channel. We'd appreciate it. We appreciate the support. I hope y'all enjoyed this beautiful rustic cowboy patriotic wreath, and I hope maybe you'll give it a try one day and make one of y'all. Thank y'all, and y'all have a blessed day. I'm Craig with the Bickhams.